Well, boys, the RMR sale just happened. I hope no one watching lost a whole bunch of money. I only had 100 capsules and I refrained from buying more, so I'm not feeling too bad about it, but some of you might. I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that they did a 75% off sale. I know that's how they did it with previous majors, I know that's how the system is. But with the new prices that they made for these capsules, and because it's not a regular major item, I thought they might have done a smaller sale to still let investors know that this is the time to buy without completely destroying the prices. But unfortunately, we got a regular 75% off sale. So what happened after this update is just mass selling. People are selling their capsules. By the time I even got home, the capsules are already at bottom dollar price. You have the golds that drop super far. Some of the non-holo stickers, non-foil stickers, just the regular paper stickers, are less than 10 cents Canadian, which is super low. It's pretty much the same as if this was a player autograph capsule, because the capsule is the same price, the stickers are the same price. And I think this is problematic. I think the biggest question I have about these prices is what is going to happen with Stockholm 2021. Stockholm 2021 would have the player autographs. The reason they didn't do it with RMR is because the rosters were changing throughout the course of the RMR events. So they couldn't really do player autographs because who do you even include? I would say it's safe to say that player autographs will be returning. I doubt it's something they removed from the game. People like them. It makes Valve more money. I would be almost 100% certain that we will see player autographs in the next major. My question for that though is how will they even do the prices? If they do the regular autograph capsule price and the regular team capsule price, I could see some problems here because even when the team capsule goes on sale, I'm wondering if maybe these RMR stickers will still be cheaper than the Stockholm 2021 stickers. Usually what happens is you have a major, you have the stickers from the major. And when that next major comes, the new major has cheaper stickers because they are new. The older stickers have had time to rise in price, the older capsules have risen in price, and because of that they are more expensive. That makes the new major items more attractive to the casual player base because if you want to support a team or you want to support a player, they are cheaper from the newer major, which drives up demand. Now with RMR in the mix and Stockholm 2021 coming up, the RMR capsules are going to be about a third of the price as the team capsules from the Stockholm Major if they do the regular prices and they do the regular sale. That means these items would have to triple in price to even be the same price. I don't see that happening, which means we're going to enter the new major and they're not even going to be the cheapest stickers. RMR stickers and capsules will most likely still be cheaper than the Stockholm 2021 items. And I think that really hurts the potential of the new major, which I was excited for. I was excited to invest in a new major. But if they're not even the cheapest items in the game, that really hurts the demand for these items. We see more and more people investing in CS. We see a rising player base. Majors are constantly going to break records of how many capsules are purchased. Overinvested majors will be a question for years to come. Every time that sale drops, every time people buy capsules, there's going to be people wondering, is this a major where people have overinvested? So that is already a concern. And now you have RMR items, which will be even cheaper, potentially cheaper than the new major items, which could also affect the potential of the new major on top of overinvesting. I see this being a problem for the next major. And I think for the coming months, it would also affect pretty much everything else. Now, I don't believe there's a whole lot of people that lost a ton of money to these RMR items. I think most people understood the risk with these, and they didn't go all in, or they just didn't even touch them at all. But there is going to be a percentage of the community that has a whole lot of money locked up in these RMR items. If people sell for a third of their initial investment, that hurts how much they can reinvest. If people hold on to the RMR items until they profit, that means they are locked up in those items for probably the next year or so. Because of that, I think these RMR items going 75% off can really hurt the flow of the market that we are having right now. Which makes me question a few things. I was expecting a Katowice 2015 rise. Do I still see that coming this summer? Yes. Could it be better without these RMR items going 75% off? Maybe so. Maybe some of these people that have money locked up in RMR right now, or they lost money due to RMR, won't be buying these Katowice 2015 stickers, and because of that the rise won't be as big. I think this goes for most of your older items. I think this goes for cases too. If people wanted to invest in RMR items, wait until they profit and then flip them and buy cases, now they won't be doing that. Now these cases won't be getting sold because the money is locked up right now. Overall, I would take it as pretty much a negative on the market as a whole. The only thing that I could see potentially benefit off of this is your Broken Fang items. If people have money locked up in RMR and they lost money due to RMR, maybe there's going to be less people buying stars and buying passes for the Broken Fang operation. Because of that, quantity might be a bit lower. But by the same token, you also have to look into, even if the quantity is lower, if there's less people buying these items, maybe the rise won't be any faster anyways. So maybe Broken Fang slightly benefits, maybe it stays neutral, but I would say for most other things on the market, I would take this as a negative. But what about the RMR items themselves? Let's say you invested a small amount, or let's say you didn't invest, and now you're looking at these RMR items like, hey, they are super cheap right now, all of the prices have crashed, is this something that I should invest in? Now I can't say this is a bad investment because I see a lot of potential, but I also can't say this is a great investment because what I saw before the sale looked better to me. The number one thing that's going to happen when a sale comes is you have people investing in these items, which is probably a big part in why the market completely crashed today. These capsules have been out for a little bit over 2 months now, which is longer than usual, so you have a lot of people investing during that time, and now that they're on sale, you have even more people investing, and I would assume this sale would probably last longer than 2 weeks. Considering it lasted 2 months not on sale, they could even run it even longer. I believe Berlin 2019 was about 3 weeks or so, somewhere around there, and that was considered a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if these capsules are available on sale for a month. Now I have nothing to base this off of, so I'm not going to make an actual prediction or anything, but I could see this sale running for a long time. And then you have the price drops. Number 2, I would say with items this cheap, they're really not that attractive. I feel like this is almost like a poor man's major sticker now, which is like kind of funny and it's kind of memey and all that, but some people actually care about that. They want to flex in game, and they're not going to put paper stickers on, they're not going to put hollow stickers on. Foils don't really look amazing, you can't really differentiate between them a whole lot, they're not going to do foils. Pretty much the only thing you can flex with now is golds. And even the attraction of gold items now is so much less now that they're so cheap. Regardless, I'm still going to invest a little bit into RMR just to see how it goes, and this is how I'm going to do it. So for the capsules, the quantity is super high and your odds of getting a gold sticker aren't that great, so I will not be investing in the capsules. Where I see the most profit can be made with these right now is in the paper stickers or the gold stickers. I don't think the hollow effect is attractive enough to overcome the insane quantity. There's a few hollows that are interesting, but overall I don't think it'll be too great. With the foils, they're not too special, and I feel like especially with these stickers, you can't really tell which one's a foil and which one's a paper. Obviously there's a difference, the shine, the look of it, but in game it's really not that big of a difference. I don't think they're going to be too attractive to people, so I won't be going with the foils either. Why I can see the paper stickers working is because they are so cheap, they barely need to go up for you to make a profit. There are a few stickers right now that are like 6 or 7 cents Canadian, and these are so cheap that even if they go up 3-4 cents, you've profited off of them. You can still bank on people buying stickers of their favorite teams or putting stickers on their guns for super cheap, and because of that, I think the paper stickers have enough potential over time to give you profit, so I could see the papers working. I wouldn't invest in the cheapest paper stickers even though I brought up 6 to 7 cents, that's just to encapsulate how cheap these are. I wouldn't go with the cheapest stickers because if no one's buying them, they'll never rise in price. But like the phase paper sticker, the Navi paper sticker, the liquid. And then here is how I look at the golds. Are they as attractive now that they're a super low price? In terms of collectors, not really. In terms of other people that want a gold sticker but didn't want to pay $100, actually yes. They may not have the same bling that they had before. They're the only gold team stickers right now. They're going to sell because of that. There's going to be people collecting them. There's going to be people applying them. There's going to be people investing in them. I think that still stands. And I think that's the key here. They are the only gold team stickers. Because of that, I think there's still potential. Let's say Berlin 2019 had gold team stickers. I wouldn't say invest in the gold stickers. but because they're the first ones, I think there's still enough attraction to these stickers that they do have investment potential if you pick the right one. Now you may have seen the drop that happened right when the sale hit, and the prices have recovered a little bit. Don't think this is your time to buy. I would expect the prices to go down for at least another week. With more people opening the capsules, these stickers becoming less and less rare, people selling off realizing that the prices aren't rising anytime soon, there's no opportunity to flip them, I could see these prices dropping even more. I think a really easy way to gauge this is you can look at something like the Navi sticker. It is dipped to half of the price it was previously. The capsule is 75% off. Not only is the capsule 75% off, because it's 75% off, more people are opening them, the quantity is going insane. So I would expect a lot of the stickers like the Navi Gold and the Tyloo Gold to drop even further because 50% is not a large enough drop. And that's my initial thoughts on the RMR items. I think it's a negative for the market, and I think it's a negative for the items. If you still want to invest in them, there is potential, you will profit over time. I just don't really think it'll be amazing, and I think it's worse than what it would be if there was no sale or if there was a smaller sale. I'm not a fan of what Valve did here, but this is Valve's world, not ours.